Over.
I said it was so hot, and that was such a rough ride going to Seattle because the weather was so hot and all those bumps in the road, well, it really was bumps, it was just dips, and they were all marked, dip, 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 right down the road, and of course, it did. It felt like every time we went down one of those things, that baby just bounced right up into my throat. And we got to Yuma, Arizona, and stopped for gas and talked to this man that owned the station, and he said, Dan said something about it sure was hot. He says, yeah, folks around here go to hell and tell the devil they need to come back to get their overcoat. It's that much hotter here than it is there. And we went up through highway, what was Highway 9 then, I don't know what it is now, in California, and all the way to, up into, I think it was all the way into Oregon anyway, before we got off Highway 9. And I don't know what highway that is now, I have no idea. But we had not really liked El Paso at that time. We've learned to like this dry country a lot better. But we got out there and everything was in bloom. It was in April. Everything was blooming. It was the most gorgeous place I'd ever been in my life. Of course, I hadn't been out of Arkansas at that one time. And we got an apartment that was an attic apartment in this house that had, it was just really one full house, but had a basement they turned into an apartment and an attic that they turned into an apartment. So we rented the attic apartment. That time the basement apartment was full until, oh, I don't know, Pat must have been 4 or 5 months old when we moved downstairs.
Yeah.
And the people in the basement moved out, and it was bigger than the attic, so we moved down there. And
We never had more than $1,000 between us until after we came here.
that's true. It was hand to mouth, payday to payday.
Payday to payday.
Sure was fun though, wasn't it?
Yeah. If someone had told us that we didn't know that the cow had steak on it for years and years. If someone had told us that we'd live in a $150,000 home, have money in the bank, we'd have laughed at them.
Well, we had plenty to eat.
We always had plenty
Beans
to
and
eat.
taters
Yeah.
and lots of ground beef.
Yeah.
Hamburger meat.
We eat a mess of it.
So my mother was born in Seattle.
Yeah.
At Fort Lawton. There was the fort's not there anymore. I don't know what they got out there. Do you have any idea?
They've got something out
Something
there.
out there. Fort Lawton, Washington. I could have had her on her daddy's birthday. I wanted to real bad. But he kind of said, no, we're not going to do that, because the doctor had told me how much castor oil to take and all that to start my labor pains. He said, no, we just let nature take its course. So she was 2 days late. Missed him by 2 days. But
And then Lisa was born in Japan. She was born in Fukuoka City, Fukuoka Prefecture, Kyushu, Japan.
yeah, all of those things. And we lived on Itazuki Air Base in Japan.
How many years apart were they?
4.
Almost 4. From April, they liked from Lisa's birthday, April 24th, to Pat's birthday, June 8th, being 4.
Now there's some story. See, I just remember half of stories. That's why I'm doing this. About you almost being assigned to a ship or transport on a ship.
Yeah,
That
well, yeah, when you went over to,
what's that story I'm thinking of?
No, not a ship.
no, but it concerned the ship. You got off the ship, darling.
I got off the ship in Japan
Yeah.
and I was headed for Korea, where the fighting was at that time. And I went through the orientation and all, and we fell out front to go down and draw cold weather gear, and they called 22 names out, and my name was one of the 22, and we went south to the 141st General Hospital, and the rest of them went to Korea. And at the time, I wasn't happy about going down there, but after I started seeing those guys coming in wounded and filthy and nasty, they'd been out there in the cold and all that time, then I was proud that I was where I was at.
So you just going to part of the Korean War by
Yeah.
that drawing.
By that drawing. But I took care of all the people that got wounded and all, or a lot of them. That's where I worked in the orthopedics. Worked in the largest orthopedic ward there was at that time. 550 beds on one ward. Had been a seaplane hangar. They cut it up into 4 sections. Made it all one ward. But you had 4 sections, had one critical section. About 150, 200 beds in there. And that was where the most critically injured were, and we took care of them.
Somewhere I have a picture of that, the group that was called, their names were called to get off ship.
Hmm.
Somewhere.
Yeah, there's a picture of us somewhere in there.
And then he was over there, gosh, that was in November or December.
October, November, I think.
Could have been October.
52.
Yeah. And 52, yeah. And it was July of 54.
When you came
Right.
over.
When I went over.
So you were separated for how long?
From
2 years, a little
Yeah.
better.
from October of 52 to July of 54. Not quite 2 years.
2.5 years.